First tonight, protesters in North Yorkshire have pledged to step up their actions after energy bosses admitted they had been forced to delay plans to begin fracking for shale gas there.
Drilling could still begin at Kirby Misperton within a matter of days, but campaigners have begun taking greater risks to stop that happening.
Well, police arrested more of them around the site today. Katie Oscroft has been in Kirby Misperton for us from earlier this morning. Katie.
Well, thanks, John. It has been an eventful day here, but as you can see, the protesters have all but gone home now. Now, what we've seen during today is because the intention is that fracking will start on this site very soon. And the protesters have, if you like, upped their game to try to stop it at this 11th hour. Now, for their part, the police say they will step in when the law is broken, and they have. This woman was arrested as a convoy of lorries left the Kirby Misperton site this lunchtime. Tension appears to be rising as protesters brace themselves for fracking to begin.
People are realising in this area for the first time that their government has decided it doesn't care what they think, and that is heartbreaking for people. But it has forced them to come to the point where they've thought, well, we're going to have to take this into our own hands. That's why they're coming out onto the road, protesting and sometimes undergoing acts of civil disobedience.
Protesters have stepped up their action after seeing this letter from Third Energy to North Yorkshire County Council, giving notice that fracking will begin on or after this Thursday. Today, half-term traffic came to a standstill as two protesters chained themselves to a metal object and lay in the road. On Sunday, 3 people were arrested after breaching security and climbing a rig on the site.
Frack, can you just move out of the way so I can just get some plates?
At the other extreme, this is another face of the campaign. Carol Towner, a working mother of 2, prepares to make her point in her own way.
My job as a mum is to protect my kids, and I don't have a choice. I have to go and do this, and I need to know that they're going to be looked after. So, you know, when I drop the kids at school or if I'm going to the gate, we have a conversation about, you know, I'll be back at this time and, you know, where are you going, just as any normal parent would. And the last thing they always say to me is, Mum, don't get arrested. And I'll say, the arrest plan's on the fridge.
Third Energy haven't given a date for fracking to start, but say it won't be Thursday. North Yorkshire Police say they're balancing the rights of all parties here, but when peaceful protests become deliberate and unlawful, they're taking appropriate action.
Don't let them frack away our children's future.
Carol Towner, meanwhile, is putting in a shift on the anti-fracking front line.
My children are the generation that will be picking up the pieces. This is the first well of hundreds. 68% of the country is covered with pending licences.
Are any of you going to move? No life without. Is there anything I can say or reasonably do to make...
Her fellow protesters say they'll continue to be here in force.
Bravo! But when keep moving, please, ladies and gentlemen! Keep moving!
So, Katie, after all that, when do we think fracking will actually start?
Well, in theory, it could start on Thursday because that letter of intent has been received by North Yorkshire County Council. But Third Energy, the company which runs this site here, says that it won't. And that's in part because of those activities over the weekend when the protesters scale the tower that you should be able to see behind me. They now have to check this site as a result. There's another reason as well, in that permission to frack has to be signed off by the Secretary of State. And we know that that hasn't happened yet either. Having said that it won't start on Thursday, we really don't have much idea of when it will start, except the intention is to be soon. The protesters say they'll be here in force, they'll be coming down here anyway.
OK, Katie Oscroft, live for us, Kirby Misperton. Thank you very much.